So, Michael, if you want to ask your question again.
Great. That's Michael from Germany. I have a question concerning the momentum, which is my favorite part. And I noticed that there are two things in this area which are similar. For example, you can see here, now I go here to that one, the energy balance and the emotional balance I can distinguish. So I understand what this is. And the energy balance is, to me, something like the general energy level of a person. On the same time, there's something similar in movement, which is called vitality. And for me, as a health practitioner, it's always important that the people see for themselves, whether they are down or not down, because most of the people are down and don't rest enough and do too much things, the general problem right now, right? So my question to you is, how you would explain the differences between these both boxes.
Okay, so it's actually an interesting question. So thank you for asking. So this is the momentum screen, and momentum are separated into 4 parts. You have 2 parts related to restraints, which are things that are lowering your momentum, so impeding your movement somehow. One part that is related to equilibrium, and in this part you will find, if you want to click on it, yes, thank you. You will find energy balance, emotional balance, sleep, terrain, and vertical balance. So everything that is related to the global equilibrium of the system, not the movement, but the self-organization in a way. Self-healing capacities, capacity to maintain the system in an optimal state. So energy balance in this context would be related to how you manage your energy and how your energy is in a positive feedback loop. It means that every living system, is in a feedback loop that reads constantly its status and adapts different items from the status into some feedbacks. For instance, if some hormones are too high, your organs will start either lowering the hormone production or increasing a counter hormone production. And that is how every living system works. So all the systems related to this equilibrium part are related to this autoregulation in the body.
Autoregulation, that was the thing.
Yes, exactly. And the last one, if you want to click on the green one, yes, here you have the movement. So these 4 parts, organisms, which are beneficial microorganisms that live in symbiosis with you, of course. Vitality, which is your life force that drives you forward. Blood pressure, which is related to exchanges and movements in between your cells. And fluids, which are other kind of exchanges between your cells too. All of this is related to how you will move forward and the energy that you will get to accomplish things and to transform things in life. So if you want a clear distinction between equilibrium and movement, that would be it. Equilibrium would be here to help you balance everything in your daily life, and movement would help you go forward and accomplish things.
Yeah, if you coming from the TCM point of view, you can say that the vitality is the Jing, right? So it's called the Jing. It's the main energy of the person, and the fluids. I notice if it's down, you haven't drank enough water. So that's why I think fluids are important as well, because most people don't drink enough water, and so they have a problem.
Yes.
Can I stop sharing? Thank you, Maverick.
Okay. So what else? Do anybody have another question? Okay.
I do.
Yes, please.
So I want to ask about the Harmonizer.
Yeah.
As I'm using it, the countdown clock is not always going down.
Did you install the latest version?
I have, and I guess I haven't paid attention to if it is now.
Yeah, it's probably fixed.
Okay.
But please finish.
Yeah. I wanted to ask as well. So the way that I've been using the Harmonizer is I've been going into individual areas, whether I go into energy and then I, pick a specific thing or whatnot. But I think there's also the area where you can click on and it will create a program for you and run through several different programs at a certain number of minutes each. Can you help me understand that,
Yeah.
please?
So I will just change my camera to this one, and you can maybe see my screen and pin my screen if you want. So what you were probably doing is you go to Harmonizer program and you search a specific program and you just launch it out of the blue. And in that case, one program, when you include it into a system, it's recommended to include it for at least 3 minutes, 14 seconds. But if you just play it directly, like that, the countdown didn't work until the last update, and now it works, but it's not a countdown, it's a count up. It means that when you do an individual program, you can do it as long as you want. So it will just measure the time that you start working with it. And so if you connect it, it will just now start counting up the seconds that you are using the device currently.
And is that the recommendation? At least 3 minutes, 14 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but when you choose to do an individual program and to just launch it like that and not to add it to your session, I guess the recommendation would be do it as long as you want and while you feel some benefit from doing it, because sometimes you need to do 15 minutes of one particular program and it will just create so much liberation in you that you will feel at some point that it's very efficient. And after maybe 10 minutes, you will start feeling that you don't need it anymore. So just listen to your instinct. And when you do individual programs like that, we will count up and not down. But if you add it to session and you go back to your homepage, now it's here. And if you launch the fuel session, there will be a countdown to tell you to do this program at least 3 minutes. And that's how we will design the Harmonizer programs.
So I can go and click several of those.
Yes.
Add to, because the way I've been doing it is I click add to session and
Yes.
then I play it.
Yes. So if you click on the right, plus, and you go back, and then you can just play the whole session, and it will start with the first one. And now you should have a countdown. You see? Yeah. And now at that point, after 3 minutes, it should tell you. You see, I'm in demo, so it's only 5 seconds. But after 3 minutes, you will see down, remove the device from your screen, and so on. And when you remove it, it will go to the next one. And as you can see, my layout is okay. So this is the correct layout.
And it will play each of those consecutively then?
Yes.
That are in session.
Yes. So if I plug it, it will start delivering the frequencies. And because we're in simulation, instead of 3 minutes, it's 5 seconds. So you click on done, it simulates that you are removing the device. And now I am on the third or the fourth one. And now it simulates that I'm plugging it for 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, it's done. And when I remove it, it will be finished.
So you have to take it off each time in between?
No, you can just click on next. So
okay.
Let's do it for real. So I have one device here that I plug in. And now you see it's connected. And so if I put my fingers on it, is it actually connected? Because I started to do a demo, so maybe it doesn't work. Oh, it's connected as a second device because I clicked here. I clicked on it as a demo. So
why is it 3.14? What's the significance of that number?
It's an Elphi duration.
So it's pi, right? Is that pi?
Yes.
Or is that related to Elphi?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can put the pads anywhere along the meridian.
Yes. So one thing we have to improve, of course, is that as these points are changing for every program in your session, if you are doing a session with several points, we will, in the next update, we will choose a place that you can plug the device for the whole session and not change it every time, because changing the device every time, every 3 minutes is a bit maybe too complicated.
Sure.
So we have some points that deliver in a gentle way generally. So you can probably put it on the wrist, for instance, or in the back, or some places like that that would be recommended for complex sessions with a lot of programs.
Perfect.
That would be the
As a hairy man, I just want to be able to put it on, not in the specific spot that it says. So that's great. Anywhere along that meridian is wonderful.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
And you see, we have all these keywords, so you can just expand it. And we will add something that is still missing, which is a text search, so that you can just search by text for any program. Right now, you have to browse, so you have to go into one of these categories and choose with these different keywords here, which are quite easy to go, because you can just, in 2 clicks, you can just find the one for one specific system and one specific usage. So if you want everything related to stress relief, you can work with chakras, and you show list, and you see the 3 programs amongst something like 10,000 programs. You go very fast to only the 3 programs that are related to what you want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, and as you said, we have good feedback on the efficiency of the programs. So
I did want to ask as well. Anton had on the back, he had the pads actually connected.
yes.
Well, this one will. Never mind. Sorry, I blew up.
What?
Got it.
Well, it's not really done for that. The two, yes, you can do it, but it would be more recommended to do it with the cable if you want to use the round electrodes. It's more for these big electrodes, that you can directly plug on it. So
Okay.
if you just plug them like that on the device, it makes an autonomous device that you can just directly put on your skin.
I did not know that. That's great.
Yes. And we have some other extension pads. We have an extension kit with other pads, one for the shoulders, one for it's a round that you can put around your knee, for instance, and one like that is a little bit bigger, like a butterfly.
Nice. Better and better every day.
Yes. And so, speaking of better and better, I wanted to show you something that will be part of the next update. That is part of the current beta, if you want to update the beta now. We are doing some things that I wanted to do since a long time, like many things, about the basic programs. So if you go to all programs, and you can see the adventures are building up for the next official 26 release. But anyway, if you go to body, for instance, now you will see that you have an evaluation here that is similar to the ones that you have into the lists. And this evaluation comes from the latest exploration that you opened on your name. So each time you open an exploration, we will do in the background an evaluation of all basic programs and store it. And so that's the highest value here, the more interesting it should be for you according to your latest evaluation, which is actually a very interesting metric for you, because right now we have like maybe 30 different programs, but soon we will have hundreds. And when we have 100 programs, you see we start developing some keywords on top, which are the same as the ones that we have into the Harmonizer. And we will also add keyword search and other things like that. So if you go into I feel sick, for instance, now you will have a personal evaluation score, and that is really interesting. So it says at 80% this program is interesting for you. Your energization score is 83, And the current integral coherence score on all related biomarkers for you is 76. So it means that if you click on details, you have a lot of biomarkers that are integrated into this system. So on your latest evaluation, the average of all these biomarkers for you have an IC score of 76, which are pretty good. But nonetheless, we recommend this program at 80% for you because it will move things in the right direction for you. So it's the same kind of information that we have when we go into a test list, and I will show you that. This one. You know, when we go into a test list and list and items, okay, let's take this one. On the right, we have some evaluation, and now it's bigger and nicer. And the highest it is, the better it is for you. Okay, so these are the new illustrations for all the some of the meditations, and these ones are really incredible. This is a new adventure for the journey into the journal system, into the solar system. You will be soon able to do it. So you see, some are very good for me. So probably I should go to Saturn. But this one is not good for me, Uranus. It's actually negative, you know. So now the negative ones are red with stripes, and the stripes are especially for Dan, because Dan is colorblind. So I hope now that it's red and on the top instead of green, and on the bottom it will be more clear for him.
Thank you.
And the stripes, yeah. So I hope it's better for you. So this information is also the same that you will find if you go to biomarkers and so harmonic boost, for instance, and you want to add a stimulus here, and it's computing. And here you have the same information. So same presentation, it means if it's on the bottom and going up, it's green. So this one is low, 8, only 8. But if it's on the top and red and going down, it's negative. So I hope it makes more sense for you now, Dan, because it's from the top or from the bottom and with stripes.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. That's
Okay.
just quick observation and it sticks. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we will stick to this presentation everywhere that we do an evaluation according to your biomarkers. So on the right, going down from the top if it's negative, and going up from the bottom if it's positive.
But Merik, this is not tested. This is calculated.
This is calculated. Yes.
Yeah, but I think it's important to understand.
Yes, you're right.
It's calculated.
Yeah, this is computed from the results of your biomarkers and from all the biomarkers that are included into. Sorry.
Because sometimes something is good on the intellectual level for you. For example, you know, to me, garlic is always no good for me, you know, and I love it.
Yeah.
And if I test it, the body says yes. Yeah?
Yes.
So it's important to understand that this is not a result of the evaluation, but it is calculated.
Yes, exactly. But you can test it if you want. So
Of course.
if you want to test any frequency, you go to frequencies here, and you go to the stimulus, and now you can search by keyword, or you take any one. And so let's go into anti-up, okay. And so all of these are the pre-evaluation, that is the result of all the actions that are stated related to this particular product. And so we have a pre-evaluation, but if you want to test it, you just click on the question mark, and then on the bottom you click on perform tests, and at that time you will have a biofeedback evaluation with the frequencies that are related to all of this, and you will have an individual answer that will get you thumb up or thumb down, and help you decide if you want to actually include this into your frequencies or not. So we have a lot of tools to decide if it's useful or not. Yes, sorry, Dan?
So the when you go back there,
Yes.
and we're doing the test, and is it biofeedback by you holding on to the sensor?
Yes.
Or is it just testing it against the scan and not physically your body?
Yeah. Okay. So it's interesting. So I will say it again because it's actually interesting. So
do one metric just so we can see it happen?
Yeah, sure.
It's a good question, Dan.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you want to test these 5 bacteria, and these 5 bacteria have a pre-evaluation, and this pre-evaluation here in red comes from all the impacts on the different organs or systems, and you have the detail here. When you click on it, you can see that, for instance, it has a good action on my nervous system, a low impact on the spleen, and a reverse impact on all of this system. It means that this system are already in a good state, and this program will not help them.
So it doesn't mean that it's negative specifically. It just means that those areas are already in good shape.
Yes, exactly. One thing that you have to keep in mind at all time is that we are doing frequency healing. It means that we are doing balancing only. We are not forcing any system. We are sending some resonance information into systems that are out of balance somehow, and these particular frequencies should put them back into this auto-equilibrium that we spoke about a few minutes ago. So we somehow reconnect and recreate bounds and links into the body, and somehow restart the engine. We kickstart the engine back that was stalled. But if the engine is already running, you can just agitate the crank. It will not make it run more, So that's why it's called reverse impact. Where reverse impact in this context means that the engine is already going well and is already powerful. So there is no impact in just moving the crank to try and start it, because it's already started.
If it's working, don't mess with it.
Yes, it's another way to do it, to say it. So now let's say we want to test these different items, and I would just perform tests and connect it. So it connects on my sensor, which is here. I've recorded some tests before.
And is that a 30-second test or a 2-minute test on this?
And I don't know if you heard it, but I have the frequency for propanol that is played. Now I have the frequency for Rhodocus equi.
But Steve, it depends on how long the list is. If you have the 15 things you test, it's longer, and in this case, it's only 5, so it takes a short amount of time.
Sure, thank
you. And all of these tests take 5 heartbeats. Okay. So now you see I have some results here, and these one are probably good for me because what happened during the recording is that my vitals have increased when I was submitted to the frequencies. So it plays the frequencies that are included into these systems, and this one, because we are into bacteria, this one I was good when it played. So it's not for the bacteria. It's a little bit different because it's reversed. The logic is reversed. My system was good when I played that, so I don't need it. But my system actually was lowered when I played that, so I need it. So this one has been automatically included into my frequencies. And you see, I don't have anything to do. It's already included automatically. Okay, so this is because it's necessary for my system to get these frequencies to equilibrium, to restore equilibrium. So I just have to test it. It will be added automatically to my harmonic boost, and if it will pick one of the structures that are already into my harmonic boost from the associated structures, And if there is none, it will add the associated structure that is most interesting in the context of that, which would be health anxiety. So all of this is managed by the algorithm, and it will add a lot of information into your exploration if you do some biofeedback tests like that. So if we go back to the basic programs, we now have this information, and this information will be recorded even if you close the exploration, because we just store into your account, into your software locally, the evaluation for all of these programs. So we are getting ready for the next release, which is version 26, to handle hundreds or maybe thousands of basic programs from all kinds of usages. And that will be handled with this new keyword system and a way to order them. So you will be able to order them by pertinence for you, or to search by keyword, or to search just by entering some text to find something. Because right now, of course, if there are 10 programs, it's okay. But in Adventure, we will start having more and more programs. So all of this will be coming for the next version.
You have a deadline for that?
December.
Okay.
Yeah. We are really closing on version 26. What I wanted to do is finish all of this list. And by the way, let me show you. Oh, it doesn't update anymore. So, okay. I've lost you at some point. Okay, yes, so the basic program. And in Adventure, right now we have 22 programs, but there will be at least 80 or maybe 100 programs when we release the version in December. So these are items coming from the 33 books from Christine. And it's more, we call it Adventure because it's more self-tuning, hidden capacity, or esoteric, so it's more things that you want to do when you are in the mood of doing some work on yourself that is not directly related to health, but more related to self-development. And if you click on it, you have some text. And if you are more interested, there is a whole book from Christine. There will be another series that I'm very excited about that will be Adventures in the Solar System. And let me show you how we do that. We go to test lists. I have my list, which are meditations. And for instance, we go to Journey into the Solar System, and we have a lot of items in it with meditation texts and pictures, and everything is now streamlined. It means we can generate the picture, we can generate the meditation text from the description, and we can automatically find the actions, and then we can save it to a new basic program. And that is the key when we create a basic program from that. So let's do it, because I need to do one for 33 treasures, because not everything is already integrated. So we have some more to do. Let's do one together. Acoustic radiance. I want to save it into a basic program because it's not integrated. If I'm not sure, I can open this one, and you see it's already existing into a basic program, so I don't need to create it. But let's do a new one. So acoustic radiance. And I save it to a basic program. I just say it's in the series of 33 treasure. And this is probably self-development. And I save it. And it's done. So with that, it will include the meditation and all the items that are related to this particular meditation that have been guessed into the list item. So it's really quick to create a basic program from list items. And that is how we will be able to add hundreds of meditations into the basic programs. And I think it's very important because it will also allow BioCoherence to be a platform for more discovery even without a sensor, you know. But now, if you have a sensor, you can just get some more information, because if you go into adventure and you don't know which one to choose, now you have an evaluation, and that is a big plus, of course, because it will tell you which programs are specifically interesting for you. Let me just show you, because yes, please.
Are these treasures different from the treasures that you had before? You know, when you did certain things, you got
Yes.
treasures.
Yeah, you are right. We have, yeah, it's the same name, so maybe it's a little bit confusing. We have this system that we didn't completely launch right now, that gives you some perks when you do some actions. So it's like badges. Maybe we could call it badges. It's not the same thing.
Also, will the treasures transfer over to the Harmonizer, or how do I know that it's for the Harmonizer, or do I have to set it up that way from the beginning?
No, it's a very good question again, and thank you for asking it. When you have an harmonizer, you will get a third button under each of the basic program. You will get boost, you will get guide, but you will also get harmonizer. And so you can launch a harmonizer session from all the biomarkers that are linked to a specific basic program. And there will be, so it's not yet done, but at some point it will be done. There will be a way to choose a goal for the harmonizer session that is linked to the basic program. And so it will pick some of the, sorry, this is told to, yes, it will pick some of the 10,000 harmonizer program from the selection of biomarker and from the general keywords of the basic program. So yes, you will be able to launch a harmonizer session from basic programs too, and I think it will be very powerful.
Medric, just a question from Anton.
Yeah.
Who is coming in from the conference. So he has a question that why is the harmonizer light on all the time in green?
It's not.
No.
No.
I've never seen a green light. It's always.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, not on the harmonizer, on the.
The sensor. Yes. The sensor is always blinking to. I don't know exactly why. It's when it's blinking green each 10 seconds, it means that it's sleeping.
Okay.
And so when you power it, it will light up in solid green, and when it connects to the computer, it will lighten in solid blue. But if you remove your finger, it will just blink every maybe 10 or 20 seconds, just a little blink, and it actually means that it is sleeping but ready to go.
The reason, Stephen, is that you cannot turn it off. In the beginning, we thought we couldn't turn it off, but then later on we noticed, oh, you cannot turn it off. It's always on. And if it's on, it's blinking. So it's not a problem, but you cannot turn it off.
It's not really on, you know. It's in fact off, but it's saying that the battery is not empty somehow. So it's just a way to know that it's ready to go, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not using any battery at all. It's just one little blink of a LED every 30 seconds. It doesn't deplete the battery.
It's like, I'm alive.
Yes, exactly.
Well, yeah, I would like to say, and this is part of how you overcame, I hope, the multiple sensors, because I have two sensors.
Yes.
My sensors are on, right? I mean, they're not on, but when BioCoherence comes up, both sensors, they may not be blue and they may still be flashing green, but the sensors are broadcasting out, yep, I'm here.
Yes.
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Both of them.
Yeah. It just means that they are ready to go. It's true that maybe if there was a way to completely shut them off, it would be maybe a plus, but right now there isn't.
And it's not a problem, because if you know it simply sits there and it's not doing anything. So
yes, but maybe in a next version, if we can upgrade it and find a way to actually shut it off, why not?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that was like the problem we had when we were at the conference, you know, and because I gave a lot of scans to people just to give them away, right? And let them see what it's like. Uh, uh, and screen, man, there pop up 5 or 6 sensors. And
Yeah.
where are the sensors? In somebody's pocket or, you know, but
yes, and that's why in a recent update we've added the proximity detection of the sensors. So the biggest sensors are the closest one to your computer, and if the sensor is away but still detected, we can somehow compute how far away it is and put it smaller on your screen. So usually the one you are searching for is the first one and the biggest one.
okay,
Hmm.
that's good. I haven't noticed. I mean, I have 2 sensors and they are in the room. One's on my desk because I'm continually scanning myself, and the other one's in my laptop bag.
So what? Yeah,
And
the one on your desk should be bigger in the app. I think the proximity detector doesn't work on all platforms, and I'm not sure it works on Windows. And maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work on all platforms because of some technical limitations. So it works on Mac for sure, but maybe it doesn't work on Windows. And it should work on mobile, on Android and iOS. But I think there was a problem with Windows, and I don't remember which one, but it probably doesn't work on Windows. Okay, any other question?
Yes.
Hey,
how
are you?
On the sensor, good. Sorry, I haven't been around. So while I was listening, I did a scan.
Yes.
And it said saved.
Yes.
But I'm not on the app. If I get onto the app,
yes,
will it download it automatically?
Yes, not automatically. So let me show you. So you have to click on all explorations, and here you have to click on import, and you can import from SensorLite. It will connect to me.
Where did you push import?
It will connect to the sensor, and it will list the files that are on the sensor.
But this is on the new version, huh? This is on the new version, Metric?
Yes.
The one we have, yeah.
Yeah.
This is why he cannot see it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm not on the app right now, but this is a sensor I got a year ago from you. The first.
No. It works even with the old sensors.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Import. I will check if it works on the older version or only on the next version, and I will tell you.
Where's Adventure?
Yes, Adventures are only on the new version.
Okay, which one is that? The 13?
No. It will be version 26. If you want to have a preview of it, you can. And for that, you have to go to Settings, Experimental Functions, and you have to check all the secret things. But something is cooking, but might be breaking. So it's on your own risk.
Okay.
These are a lot of new features that will be part of the new version and that are quite ready now. So you can probably activate everything safely, but it's features that are not yet entirely public that will be part of the new version. And so in the new version, if you click on all programs, you will have this new adventure section that will contain about 80 or 90 new meditations and basic programs.
And the beta version is still under beta, right?
Yeah.
So to download, I just go back as usual. I go to the latest update.
And now you can even update from the app. So you go to settings, experimental function, and you click on beta version update.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so if you check that, and then you, when you open setting, it will prompt you here if there is an update. You click on it, and now with the latest versions, it will automatically download and install it. You don't have to. You don't have to go to the website. It will automatically update from the app.
Well, I still have to give it permission. On the Android version, it won't download unless I go back to that little red square and say allow.
On Android? No, on Windows, you mean?
Well, Windows, yeah.
Yes. On Windows, I still have to. It's something silly, but on Windows we have to pay yearly certification from third parties, which costs quite a lot of money. And I didn't do it right now, so we still have to do it. But it's something. Windows cert. It's something we should do.
It should prompt me. It usually prompts me.
Yes. No,
because it needs permission.
Yeah, I know. And thank you for reminding me, because I have to take care of it.
Yeah, but don't pay the money. It's okay.
Yes, but we have to do. It's a tax. It's an annual Windows tax, and we have to pay it.
Okay.
Well,
they can, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, how's it going, Fred?
Good. Waiting for the lodge.
Any day.
So on the Windows version,
yes,
the experimental, Stephen had me turn off all my experimental things, because I usually turn them all on so I can, bang through the program. But that was some of my bugs.
Yes.
Experimental features.
Yes. So it's good if you turn them on and you have some bugs. It's good if you send a ticket, but just say that you are on the experimental version, because we need to kill all those bugs before we release version 26 anyway. So because everything that is into the experimental things that will be activated into version 26.
So can I just ask, because sometimes when I'm installing programs, and I'm not necessarily talking about BioCoherence here, but I mean, I am, sometimes it gives me the option to install fresh version. In other words, it's just not updating certain, in Windows, they're called DLLs. It's not just updating DLLs only. It's a new install. Is that how that happens if BioCoherence will, if I have the update selected?
No.
Beta update?
Yes. In any case, we are always reinstalling the entire app on top of the other one, but we are keeping the files from the current app. So everything that is into your app, like your login, your clients, your explorations, etc., is kept. But in fact, the software is reinstalled fresh each time you do an update.
Because I found that, if sometimes, and I'm not saying BioCoherence does this, I'm just saying sometimes in the past, if you over install a Windows program, it doesn't take the registry entries out. And I spent, I don't know, a couple of days on that, not on BioCoherence, but just looking at the registry edit to find out, oh, yeah, I really should have done a fresh install on this, because there were registry keys that were, conflicting.
Okay, it just reminds me of very painful moments with Windows that I left years ago. So if you want to check that for us and check if it changes something, I would be grateful, because I don't want to put my fingers into the Windows registry anymore.
Well, yeah, no, it's bad juju. I agree.
Yes.
I was having.
But sometimes it's necessary. It's true. And by the way, on Windows, we have updated the scroll bars in the interface. I don't know if you saw that, but the scroll bars are much nicer now, especially on the left menu and so on. So instead of the ugly gray scroll bars, we now have nice scroll bars as we have on the Mac. So it's much better. And speaking of news, we have added a 21st language, which is Hebrew. So Well, yes, in the latest update, you now have Hebrew in the app and with alt text and so etc.
Question?
Yes.
A couple of sessions ago, we were talking about possibly installing a way of recording the number of times we did a scan.
Yes.
Give ourselves feedback on, how many times a patient is actually doing it.
Yes.
That's something still.
It's part of the latest update, I think. So now we are logging when user play the harmonic boost or the personal guide, so that we can do some statistics. So it's actually, let me show you. I'm not showing my screen, am I? No. So when you go to progress and you go to journal, we now have a complete curve of personal guide plays and harmonic boost plays and so on that is on this journal. So each time you play, it will show on what day you are and when you played it. And so you can have some feedback on the regularity of what you do.
The extrapolation of that question for me is that, as you know, I'm faced with the most likely situation that I will have to do another surgery. And I haven't been as regular as I'd like to be with my scans as playing it. And the thing that would be nice is, like, for example, I can measure some days I see very clearly in this eye and some days I don't. And I've kind of empirically made an association with the frequency that I use I listen to the vision.
So it's exactly why we did that. So you can, on the same timeline, you can see when you played harmonic boost or personal guide, and you can start journaling and say, today my vision is fine. Okay.
Okay.
And it will just add something. Yeah. So it will just add something on your journal, and you will see on the same timeline all of the entries that you entered and when you played different items.
So if I didn't download the most recent app, I don't have this function yet.
You have it since long. It's a function that is since long, but what is recent is the unified timeline. This is something quite recent, but the ability to enter items into the journal is something that exists since.
But where's the journal again?
So you go to progress and journal, but you also have it directly on the homepage.
On the homepage?
Yes, on balance on the right here, you have this little icon. And if you click on this icon, you can just enter directly a new journal entry.
Okay. Icon is blocked right now. Okay, let me just see what's happening here.
Maybe do it. Maybe.
Yeah. Which icon? The little square there? Yeah. Okay.
On the right of balance. If you click on the right of balance, you can directly enter a journal entry.
Okay. So there's no.
And you can add a metric. For instance, if you add a metric and you say vision,
right.
You add to your tracking list. And now each time you want to add something, you just say vision today, it's a 10. Okay.
Great. Okay.
Now you enter a new one and you say, oh, I'm down to 8. And you say, okay. And that's all. And now if you go to progress and you go to journal, you will see this curve of vision that will be embedded on the global timeline and will have its own curve. So of course, it's on the same day, but if you have many days, you will see the curve evolving. So it's
I guess I could compare the two curves to each other.
Yes.
To say the frequency is more, gives me higher vision, better vision. If I lower my frequency of use, it gets worse vision.
Yes.
Is that scan dependent? In other words, exploration dependent? I mean, is that what it's tied to, or is that just?
Yes, and I'm realizing maybe it's not ideal. It's for one exploration, and one timeline is tied to one exploration. And maybe we should do a more global timeline of everything that you do into the app. And maybe
Yeah.
it would be an interesting feature to add. So global journal somehow.
Yeah, and
That's because you don't have enough things to do.
Yes. But a global journal curve would be probably interesting.
But that would be, like you say, global. It would keep all. It would keep all. I mean, just for the person. In other
Yes,
words,
just for the person. But
yeah,
you know,
just-
we often have someone that does the personal exploration on the evening, but a basic program in the morning. And we actually implemented that you can have the two on your homepage, the two active ones on your homepage. So it would make sense to have one unified journal for basic programs and exploration, and maybe something that could span 1 year and tell you everything that you did in the app. That would be nice, in fact.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really show up because I'm not really journaling it or anything, but you know, I'll do a meditation or a an exploration in the morning and night before I go to bed, or before I go to bed, maybe even sometimes when I'm in bed, because if I have the plasma fires, I turn that on. So I'm getting the sound in the morning and then the photonic at night.
Mhm.
And global, that would be good.
Yes, and on this global curve, you already have some information that come from the measurements. For instance, the blue dot here is the global biomarkers coherence score. So the same that you see here. So this 65 is logged into the journal.
So that I could compare it with my metrics to see the
Yes.
metrics logarithm to see if my metrics match up with his metrics.
Yes, exactly. So you can add your own metrics into the journal and just log them when you have it, and then you can see you can compare the curves and see if it's interesting. And if we implement it in a global way, we could soon have a global journal that spans 1 year and takes everything that you do into one big curve. And we could have all the global biomarker score and scores, for instance, for all your evaluations. We could have all the plays of harmonic boosts and personal guides and everything that you entered into the journals. And it would not be so complicated to do. So maybe it's very interesting to think about it.
You know, that would be, I think, a very convincing marketing tool for people to see that over a period of year, using the scan and using the meditation has had, progressive effect on the overall health of the person.
Of course.
Because we're pointing to this and this and this, but actually what you're looking for is balanced health of the individual, and that is easy to understand. Generally speaking, I use it every day. My kidney, my liver, my this, my that, everything is improving. Generally, I'm healthier because I'm using the harmonic boost on a regular basis.
Yeah, but when discussing with you, I realized that maybe it's the solution to have a long-term view in biocoherence. Just to group everything into a global journal would be the perfect answer, I think. The perfect solution for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at some point, I wanted to add some history, but I didn't realize until now that it could be so simple.
Well, another thing is now that you have the harmonizer, right? So now you've added sound and tens.
Yeah.
Well, I've had sound and magnetic devices and photonic devices, and now there's tens. So there's 4 different modalities there, right?
Yeah.
Frequencies. And how does the body, does my body? I mean, sound is very powerful. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but sometimes photonic or magnetic inference, my body might like that better. And if we can show that the different modalities over time, then that's a good selling point for making biocoherence the overall control feature, right? So you can go into the other people. I'm not going to mention, the other photonic things, right? But then that might force them to want to actually make inputs so that, they're still using the other generated frequency of whatever sort, photonic, sound, magnetic, whatever. But then biocoherence becomes the control.
Yeah, and because you can create your own metrics in the journal, if you use other devices and you have a way to enter into your journal something that comes from these devices, you can have a curve, and then it's fine.
All for whatever device.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes, me too.
Medrick, I have a user question which
Yes.
I'd like to bring up because I think it's actually quite a good question. So I'm going to share an example. So basically, the user has done a scan, and we have identified these priorities, but then they have the option then to go and add more priorities in.
Yes.
In what circumstances would they do this? Is it just based on their own intuition, their own feeling? Why would they know to go into the meridians or into planes? Is it something that they would just go in and basically click around in and basically add in and just see how they feel? Or what's the best advice to give a person about, when and how to add these into their priorities?
Yes, sure. So there are several ways to do that. So either you go to priorities and you just add them manually exactly like you did. So you search by name, or you go to, I don't know, brain or anything, and you click on the plus.
Yeah, okay. But basically, how would they know, when they actually
so
need
that's what I was about to say. But I think the best way, so you would do that if you know exactly what you want, and you go to the structure, and you go to the brain, and you say, okay, I need to add beta 2. So okay, it's added because you know exactly what you want, because you are a pro. Okay. If you don't know and you feel something is missing, I would say that's because you go to some analysis screens and you are searching for something, and you say, okay, for instance, this one seems to be strained because it's the smallest one, and I will read a little bit about it. I will get some more information. I will see how it looks and so on, and I will decide at this point to add it into my priorities. And you can just do it here with the plus.
Very good.
So you just click on the plus, and it will be added to your priorities exactly the same way as if you did it from your priorities and here from the plus. It's the same. So you would do it. So we have this automatic priorities selection that is done by our own algorithm. Maybe you can stop sharing your screen. I don't know. Yeah. So we have these automatic priorities that are done, but if you want to add some manual priorities, it's because you feel you need to add something to your harmonic boost or to your personal guide, and you will probably find it by searching into these different screens. So I don't know, if you go to drives and you see some information here that you want to add because it seems to be really off. For instance, these ones are really down. So maybe I want to work on it. And if I see that empathy is trained, for instance, and I want to work on it, I just have to click on plus. And that would be, as you say, a conscious decision to add a work on empathy in my monthly exploration work. So I would say, okay, maybe this was not selected by the automatic priorities algorithm for whatever reason, but me as a user or me as a pro, I decide that I want to work on empathy this month, and I will add it. And when you add it, so let's go back. Sorry. I'm clicking too much. Okay, so when you add it, it will be added into your.
You're clicking way too fast there.
Yes, I'm clicking. It will be into your harmonic boost, and it will be into your personal guide.
That's
So,
very,
so
very good.
that's a good reason to add it by hand. It's just because it means that you want to you consciously decide that you want to work on it in the coming month.
Yeah.
Could I ask a question about back into drives?
Yes.
Because you clicked on the destructive side because it was way down,
Yes.
and that's kind of anti. It's kind of the reverse. It's almost paradoxical because you'd say, oh, well, this is down. And most people don't realize that, well, you are actually adding frequencies to it because it's low frequency. Which people would say, well, maybe I go up to the constructive side because
Yes.
the bar is way down on the destructive side, and I strengthen the constructive side.
Yes.
I mean, both would work, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah. So when you click on the big one, on the green one, you see the 8 that are part of this, and they are opposites. So if you want to work on grief, you can also work on benevolence. If you want to work on timidity, you can also work on charisma, and so on. So, as you said, the constructive part can be as beneficial as working on the destructive part. So, if you don't want to directly address lack of grief, you can just work on empathy.
So in other words, I wouldn't be strengthening lack of grief.
No, anyway, all the negative, all the destructive emotions that are in shadows are always reversed when you work with frequencies or when you work with the meditation, because we are always working on the positive side of it. So either you want to tackle your lack of grief and you say, okay, I'm ready to work on it frontally, or you are not ready to work on it frontally for whatever reason, and then you can just work on empathy, and it will be another way to work on lack of grief without ever touching the word and the problem of the lack of grief,
Thank you. I have just one more question, like timidity or grief or something like that. That may show up like me inside, me outside, and others. It may show up in two places.
Yes, some are actually in two places. You are right.
And I mean, I don't feel that's a bug.
I don't think it's a bug.
One time.
Yeah. Because we actually have, I think, 51 emotions and 56 displays. So some of them are doubled. Yes, it's true. But it's technically the same. It's just that they can be opposites or they can be in two parts of different things.
Well, gentlemen, I have the doctor coming over.
Okay. Anyway, maybe we will stop here unless there are other questions.
That's great. Thank you.
Check out. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see you. Take care. Okay, let's stop here.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.